Hello, everyone. My name is Ernest Goodman. I'm an entertainment attorney. We have offices in New York and Los Angeles. Today, we're going to talk about film financing. This is my film financing workshop. It's going to be pretty short because it's going to be a lot to talk. And this is introductory workshop. I'm going to start my slides. Okay. Specifically, my film financing workshop is focused on film financing with the use of pre-sale agreements. Pre-sale agreement is one of the type of distribution agreements, and it's very popular in filmmaking industry. I have a blog at my website, and please check out my website at ernestgoodmanlawfirm.com. I have many posts about entertainment law, trademarks, and copyright. Film financing. We're gonna talk about film financing with budget starting at $500,000 and more, and I'm gonna explain why. Because first, with such a budget, you can attach star actor, and I'm gonna explain why we need star actor later on. And secondly, you're gonna need $500,000 or even more to get tax incentives. Many jurisdictions, specifically in the United States, offer tax incentives, and Georgia is very popular, and many other states, they offer different tax incentives, and they compete each other, offering different packages, and tax incentives mostly accessible if your budgets have some threshold more than $500,000 or even $1 million. The truth needs to be told. Unfortunately, it's relatively easy to place any low budget film or micro budget to platforms like Netflix or Amazon. But if your feature film is not, for example, labeled as Amazon original or Netflix original, you won't profit from those views. You will have relatively low amount of views, and usually the films owned by Amazon and Netflix or acquired by major distributors, they generate maximum revenue. And our goal to have a film placed and sold as an Amazon original or Netflix original. You don't need your films placed in the bottom of watch list. Amazon original or Netflix original will generate maximum revenue. And unfortunately, one more time, if your film isn't produced by Netflix, it's likely to be buried in their content library. And the same applies to Amazon. These platforms typically don't actively market films unless they're labeled as Amazon or Netflix originals. And I used to work in many films, and unfortunately, from my experience, Netflix is often where films go to die if they are not acquired by major distributors, if they are not labeled as a Netflix or Amazon original. What is this presentation about? My workshop presentation is about how to make independent film that will not be buried in the bottom of watch list of Netflix or Amazon or any other streaming platforms. This workshop is about how to make movies that will be labeled as a Netflix or Amazon original, and that movie will be watched by millions. First step, you probably know what it is: film package. You're gonna need film package, because if you're gonna have it on the screenplay, it's gonna be hard to get financing. It's gonna be hard to produce. You're gonna need a long list of documents. And we help with film packaging. We help with preparation, all this drafting, all these documents. Let's jump to my film package presentation. My film package presentation. 1 second. It's going to be here. Film packaging presentation. There are 12 items must be in your film package. Of course, this list is not like exhausting list. You can add more, you can have less. And let's go through all these items. First item is a screenplay. Your screenplay ideally must be copyright, so must be registered. Of course, according to the United States law, you have a copyright from the date of the creation of your artwork, but registration is important too. Federal registration is important. You can go to United States Copyright Office website and register your copyright, paying just $45. And you need not to be a resident of the United States. You can be a citizen resident of Germany or any other country, and you can still register your copyright in the United States Copyright Office. And you're gonna need a very good screenwriter. Of course, you can write screenplay by yourself. Second, cover letter. To prove to your investors or financing companies, production companies that your screenplay worth something, you're gonna need cover letter. Cover letter is a letter issued by some well-respected script consultant or screenwriter, or maybe executive or producer, someone who has experience in filmmaking, and he's just telling that this screenplay has a very good commercial potential and well written. Letter of intent. A letter of intent is another one of the most important, actually, parts of your package, because without letter of intent, it's going to be difficult to get financing. You're going to need stars attached to your film project. And film director. You're going to need film director, and you're going to need very good film director. Of course, you can direct your movie yourself. Very famous filmmakers like Quentin Tarantino or many others, they directed their first feature films. And for example, Quentin Tarantino directed his first feature films in 1992, and he get financing because he got a letter of intent from star actor. Budget. Budgets usually written by aligned producers because they actually know specific how much it's going to be cost for rentals or catering or location fees. If they specifically work in a specific jurisdiction, let's say if you're going to shoot in Georgia, you're going to need aligned producers from Georgia. If you're going to shoot your movie in California, you're going to need a line producer from California. Marketing package. You need ideally, you can hire a marketing company and you can form your marketing package. Marketing package will show your presence in social media. It's going to show how you marketed your film, probably some kind of articles in filmmaking magazines or something else. Film website. You're gonna need film website. Professional film website is very good part of your package. SPV, limited liability company or corporation. Filmmakers usually form a single property vehicle, SPV, for each movie being produced. There are various reasons to do this. One of the reasons is the shielding of your personal assets from potential lawsuits. Even if you have a production insurance, still you can be sued by someone, and it's better to have some kind of shield. And limited liability company and corporations, they provide corporate bill or shield that protects you from different lawsuits. And another reason is your SPV will have all copyrights acquired, transferred from crew members or screenwriters or other parties, and when you can sell your SPV with all intellectual property attached to distributor company, for example. And USPV, limited liability company, should be named after name of film. And you should have a bank account, business account, and investors will wire money to your bank account. Lookbook. It's highly recommended to have a lookbook, hire professional production design, and have visuals how your film are gonna look like. Certificate of clearance, and before certificate of clearance, those two items are connected. Entertainment, you're gonna need entertainment lawyer, or you're gonna need production lawyer. For small projects, you can have one lawyer, but for bigger projects, you need probably 2 or 3 lawyers, depending how many jurisdictions you're gonna have. For example, if you're gonna shoot in California, New York, you're gonna need 2 production lawyers. And another important thing about lawyers, for bigger projects, the team of lawyers are going to be involved, because the different types of lawyers will work in big productions. For example, intellectual property lawyers, contract lawyers, production lawyers, and employment lawyers, and immigration lawyers will work on production too. For example, our law office provides immigration law services for filmmakers, and if production company gonna shoot movie in California and they want to bring foreign actors, they hire immigration lawyer to get O1 visa for talents, for star actors. Sometimes different types of visa, for example, could be EP1A, green cards for extraordinary talents. Those types of visas could be obtained very quickly with premium processing, up to 15 days since like 15 days after filing of all documentation. Entertainment lawyer is an important part, and you need to hire entertainment lawyer as soon as possible. First, you're gonna need screenplay. Second, letter of intent, and you can skip everything else, and you must have entertainment lawyer, because financiers and production companies will never take you seriously if your contracts and documents not reviewed by a lawyer. And next step, I'm gonna explain why you need entertainment lawyer. Certificate of clearance. Certificate of clearance is a document that tells you a screenplay doesn't violate any. Your screenplay doesn't violate any third-party intellectual property. It happens in trademarks and copyright, any issues in right to publicity, all this intellectual property must be cleared in your screenplay. You either should have a permission from a trademark owner, or you should modify, change trademark name, and your screenplay must be read by experienced intellectual property attorney. This is very important part, because many companies, they file lawsuits, and they happen every day. For example, I'm watching Netflix now, and there are many lawsuits happening right now against Netflix, because trademark was not cleared. Trademark and right publicity, sometimes there are no agreements with the life story owner, and they shoot movie about some persona, about some specific person who happened to be famous and happened to be a minor celebrity, and he filed lawsuit, and he asking 20 or 50 million dollars from Netflix. And what kind of revenue you can get from a movie if you don't have certificate of clearance? Certificate of clearance is a very important part of a film package. Casting director. You're gonna need casting director to for various reasons, and one of the reasons you need casting director to bring star actor. Hiring experienced casting director is very important. Okay, I'm gonna summarize now 12 items. Yeah, ideally you can have all these 12, but you need to have at least 4. First, screenplay. Second, letter intent from actor. And third, sorry, entertainment lawyer and casting director. Those are very important. Screenplay, letter intent from actors, entertainment lawyer, and casting director. At least those four, because those four can bring you financing. Specifically, letter of intent, screenplay. Screenplay must be very good. If you don't have a very good screenplay, probably stars will never issue letter of intent. And another thing about letter intents, sometimes star actors are very reluctant to issue letter of intent to novice filmmakers, and they can issue pay-or-play deals. Pay-or-play deal means if you're not gonna be able to shoot movie in certain time in certain period, you have to pay some fees or penalties. And this is a reality, and it's workable. Even you have pay-or-play deal, you still can get financing. Let's go back to our financing workshop presentation. Okay, you need screenplay and talent attached. They're connected, because if you have bad screenplay, nobody will issue letter of intent. And okay, let's talk about pre-sale agreements. Pre-sale agreements. One second. Pre-sale agreement will help you to have a buyer of your film before you start shooting. Why this is important? Many even good filmmakers, they have a hard time selling their screenplays if they, for example, use their own money or they borrowed money from someone, and they sometimes they made very good films, but because there are no pre-sale, no stars involved, and Netflix, major distributors, they kind of very reluctant to buying those films. And if you have pre-sale agreement, everything is secured. You have a distributor or some production company or major streaming platform who is obligated to buy your film after the completion of post-production. And they even pay minimum guarantee 25% of your budget. And if you have pre-sale agreement, you have 25% of your budget, it's easier to get the rest. And there are various ways to get the rest. And equity and loans and tax incentives, this is how you get the rest. And you're probably wondering how to get pre-sale. If you have a film package, if you have very good screenplay, star attached and everything, looks beautiful, you can go to American film market and talk to major production companies, so you can talk to major distributors or foreign sales agents. And if you have attractive package, you can negotiate with them pre-sale agreement with foreign sales agents or with major distributors. American film market is a place to go, because you will have everyone in the same place. And after you get pre-sale, you can talk to production companies. I mean, companies that do post-production. And usually, because there's competition between them, they can finance the rest. They can finance up to 50% of your budget, because they will have equity and they will have you as a client for post-production. Loans, so you can get sometimes loans. Yeah, loans is if you have pre-sale agreement and equity, you can talk to some financiers. Even banks can loan you if you have a package. And tax incentives, so 25% of the budget can come from tax incentives. This is like a typical financing for independent films, pre-sales, equity, loans, and tax incentives. And as a conclusion, be careful with the independent filmmakers. So sometimes there are many scammers. Unfortunately, I've been in many times in making film market, and there are many like people approach novice filmmakers and they promise they have money. I'm receiving calls and emails from scammers, yeah, and all people who pretend to be like a person, a producer with connections, and it happens to be they don't have any connections. They try to scam it, and sometimes they say they have money in account, something else. Thank you very much, and please check out my website. And thank you, bye.